why I'm telling a story, but I had a couple glasses of vino. Turns out I can do all things through wine that strengthens me. So, I'm going to tell a story. It happened about 5 years ago. I was pretty freshly licensed to drive. I was like 16, 17. And I started experiencing feelings I never had before in the car. At first, I thought it was going to be like a really liberating experience. I'd been on jet skis before, and I had a great time. And I was like, it's just like a big jet ski on land. Awesome. But it turns out, like, this is a huge, hulking metal machine. Like, this is a lot of responsibility. And I'm not a responsible person. I'm just going to put that out there. I didn't get asked back to babysit very often. But I kind of have a bad reputation amongst the responsible folks. Not like bad reputation, like, oh, bad girl, but like, you know, flaky chick. But, so I have my license, and like, oh, I'm going to prove everyone wrong. I'm going to be such a good driver. But then it turns out, like, I don't think I'm a good driver. And I get it in my head. Turns out I have obsessive compulsive tendencies. Bummer. But, so I'm like behind the wheel, and like I start thinking, what if I'm hitting things all the time and I'm just too distracted to notice? I don't text and drive, I don't talk and drive, I don't drink and drive, all those things are very bad. I'm really just not a very focused person in general. So I'm like, who knows what is dying beneath my wheels at any second? So soon I start just like checking the rearview mirror. I'm like, oh, hey, there's nothing there. I'm fine. But then I'm like, but what if there was? So every day driving to school, it becomes like a huge ordeal. I'm like, oh my God, was that a bump in the road? Was that a tiny chipmunk? Or was it a toddler that I just crushed? And in my mind, like, I know this is the most illogical thing in the universe. If a toddler was like, you know, just like springing into the road, unsupervised, like, I would probably at least notice if, manslaughter happened. But this is like, I was like, okay, so this is a cycle where I'm driving. I panic, I look behind me, oh, not good enough, gotta turn around, gotta check, everything's good, no, should I call a hospital in a few minutes and, like, see if anybody's reported anything? And I'm like, okay, well, this isn't normal, but, gotta persevere. I'm not weird, I don't need therapy, I got this. So then, one day, we're on a big family lake trip, we're about to return home, and I'm following my mom to get back home because I don't know where I'm going. And I'm in our big old family SUV that got handed down to me. It's kind of on its last leg. Later on, it would die like less than a year later from other causes. But so I'm following behind my mom. We're out in like rural countryside, lake, very picturesque. But I'm focused on the road because who knows what terrors I could inflict. And so I'm driving down the road and another little bump. I'm like, okay, Katie, you should look. Oh, no, I'm going to look, just in case. So I'm like looking in the rearview mirror. It's like an extended thing. It's always a big ordeal. And then I'm like, okay, I'm fine. I look in front of me and it's like, holy shit! My mom, at a stop sign, ahead of me, completely vulnerable. I'm gonna hit her, and then I do. I just crash into her. I'm probably going 30. I think when I went for the brake, I might have gone for the gas by accident. It is bad. I just hurtle into her little black convertible, her midlife crisis car. Even had a vanity tag that said Merrily, which is my dad's cute pet name for her. Like, of course, like. Then I immediately start sobbing. I don't even go and check and see if my mom's okay. It doesn't even occur to me. I'm just like, crying. My mom comes and checks on me like I'm, typical adolescent, always concerned with my own problems. It turns out her car is totaled. My car barely has a bent in the fender. I'm fine, good to go. Told the police officer seemed more logical than the whole toddler thing, which was fixed in my brain. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, I wrote about this for several college essays, so I have a moral plan for you guys. Oh, perfect timing. Okay. Hindsight may be 20/20, but if you're always looking behind you, both metaphorically or in your rearview mirror, you won't see what's ahead of you, literally and metaphorically. Thank you.